tool haul video. Let's get it. Try to get this one before the rain comes. Dark clouds up there. Plus I got church tonight. And I do have a piece of candy in my mouth, so I don't want to hear about it in the comments. I'm letting you know now. I'm eating a piece of candy, guys. All right. Let's start. So I don't know exactly what everything is in the boxes. I know what most of it is. I don't know what's in this box. But we'll find out. Get this stuff from some of my vendors. You're gonna spend money, spend it where, well, I spend it where I can also get the benefit of improving my business credit. All right, so let's check it out, guys. Let's see what we got. Some mail order tool haul. I buy a lot of stuff through the mail, and it's convenient for me. Get you lined up good on the camera. I know I ordered, my wife's a nurse, so I ordered some gloves for her. Like some 9mm, some really thick ones. So, yep. So I got some more catalogs, and then my gloves and gloves for my wife. I use the black ones, and I will get the 8mm for myself as well, because I don't want the gloves tearing while I'm working. So I try to get a real high quality glove. I still got a box and a half left, but my wife goes through these quite a bit working with in her profession. So that's what we got in this box. Gloves. I buy a lot of these at a time. As I talk, these are my favorite gloves. Fast fit mechanics glove, nice and thin but strong, protects your hand, but I get them tight enough to where I can handle very small fasteners. So I want a nice thin glove, and added benefit, it works with the touchscreen, so I don't have to take them off to manipulate my iPad or my phone, which I use for invoices and stuff in the field. So we can move that guy over there. We know what that is. Home Depot. So I use net 30 vendors like Uline, Granger. It's a couple more, but these are the ones that I use. And you know, it keeps my Paydex core at like I have an 80 Paydex core score with Dun & Bradstreet, and you got to have net 30 accounts to generate a Paydex score. So you got to buy stuff from them. You know, imagine that. You have to actually get credit accounts and use them to generate a credit file. Okay, so I've been looking at these things, and I've been in a situation where this could have came in really handy. This didn't cost that much money, guys. It's one of those rotator ratchets. I ordered a 1/4" one, a Facom. That's coming from across the pond, so when that gets in from overseas, we'll look at that one. I'm sure it's nicer. I read the reviews before I bought this one. I know the Facom one is nicer and better, smaller with a much more compact head. But since this was only like 30 bucks, and I wanted one, so I went ahead and got it. Thing I don't like about these, which is why I never really pulled the trigger on one, is how thick the head. It's not as bad, it's not as egregious as I thought it would have been. So that's pretty nice. I actually like the handle. Stanley Black & Decker, same family, DeWalt, Mac Tools, you know, Stanley Black & Decker. They own a lot of companies, one of the biggest tool companies in the world. and I wanted one of these rotator ratchets for when I'm in a tight spot and I can't swing the ratchet, but I could fit it in there. I can just twist the handle and get it to come off. I got a lot of uses where I could use this thing. The only thing that could stop me from using it is if the head is too thick. And I don't really have another ratchet out right now that I can compare it to for you guys. Okay. So that's what we got from the Home Depot. All right. What's in this box? From Granger. Oh, I know what this is. Man, they put that in this box? This is something super tiny. That's crazy. Wait till you see what it is. You move all this out of the way. All of this is for these little fuses, which you will find in like the refrigerators, on the control boards for the refrigerator. It's an off-size fuse that you would find on those control boards, and you can't find these things in the store. So yeah, that big box for this and this bag for these, but I need them. I use them, and the last time I ran into a refrigerator, just to show the customer that my diagnosis was correct, I put in a larger fuse, not larger in value, larger in length, because these are not like the full 1-inch size ones, like the regular ones. They're way longer than this. And showed him that it worked, and then told him he'd have to find one of these fuses because I didn't have any more on that day, so I ordered some more. Got that. And I did order that. Let's see what we got. So we got 2 left. We'll go for the Amazon next. It's kind of heavy. I don't remember what's in here either. I did order that Facom from Amazon. I couldn't order it from Amazon Business because if you have an Amazon Business account, they will not let you bring in items from overseas. You have to buy those on your personal account. You can get the stuff from overseas, but not as a business account. I don't know what's up with that. All right, let's see what we got in here. Nice. Been waiting on this for my RV, guys. This is a good tool to have, mainly in the mobile setting. You're pretty much, I use this as a piece of test equipment. So what you would do is troubleshooting 110 electrical issues. Instead of making something, I just went ahead and bought something that already exists. And sometimes your power issues, I use the half split method, so I'm going to start at either end of the circuit. And on the 110 issues, a lot of times the problem could be in the outlet or the breaker box. Not the interior breaker box, but the exterior pole breaker box. And what you can do with this, guys, is you go to that 50 amp, and I have one that's 30 amp, but they sell those at Harbor Freight, so I got that from Harbor Freight. It's just one plug, and one female 15 amp plug with a 30 amp male on this end is what I got from Harbor Freight. $7 too. Awesome tool, and I'm gonna show you why. So you can take, let me go grab one, and I'll show you what I'm doing with this. I think it's one of my things, guys. All right, just gotta get in here. Okay, get this guy out. This will save you a lot of time in troubleshooting. So this special little adapter is going to allow you to use this on your service because when you test it with a multimeter, that can be misleading sometimes, you know. And this does two things for you. One, if you have a nice one like this, you know, open hot, open ground, open neutral, reverse hot, reverse neutral, and this one actually even tells you the hertz. So when you plug this in, you can read quality of power plus if it's wired properly. That will save you a lot of time troubleshooting out in the field. Okay. You can test both sides of the 50 amp because it has more than one. You can test both legs using this. Super nice, guys. I'll tell you, you get these electricians, they wire up the stuff and it's not always right. I've gone behind professional residential electricians and had to fix services a lot. It happens a lot, man. And especially on the 30 amp side because they wire it up for 220. Don't ask me why they do that, but I always recommend certified RV technician to do that stuff for you. I used to be an electrician. I'm definitely super comfortable doing it, and there it is. So that's what this is for. This isn't so I can use these outlets. This is so that I can use this device to test this outlet to make sure it is correctly wired before I go looking at anything else. You know, I want to make sure that the service is good. And a lot of times you can read it with your meter. That should give you, well, we'll go on that in a different video, but that's the gist of it. And I'll talk about how to use it if you want further than that in another video. So that's what that is for. And I have a 30 amp version that I got from Harbor Freight that does the same thing. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, I had a hard time. Oh, this is yeah, I have a lot of these different kits like this. Like I said, I do a lot of electrical work. I would say over 70% of what you run into working on an RV is going to have an electrical component. So I have all different types of electrical tools. These are for like repinning connections on certain type of like Molex type connectors and whatnot. This is like for pinning those out. This is just the bullets and the spades. I might have ordered a kit that has some of the other ones, and that's what this is. And I mainly ordered this to get a larger ferrule crimping tool because I needed to use well, this isn't the ferrule crimping tool, that's going to be in a different box, but this is just for those connectors when I have to depin and repin connectors, those type of Molex connectors and stuff. I want to be able to have the bits to do that, and this is the tool that came with it. I already have one of these, but I keep that one set up for doing what are they, MC4 connectors, the solar connectors. So I keep the other one set up for solar, so I don't want to mess with that. I'd rather have one for solar and one for these. So that's what this is. This one is this is my ferrule kit. Bootlace ferrules, because apparently I'm out of ferrules, and my ferrule crimping tool, I have ferrules, but they were like 8 gauge, and my ferrule crimping tool does not go that big. It only does the small ferrules. So I needed to use a ferrule on some bigger stuff, so I ordered a kit that, you know, is all in one, keeps it together. This is better because my other one is just loose. The stuff was loose, all the pieces were loose. This way I have it all together in a kit. And this crimping tool, it goes all the way to 7 gauge. So I have some 7 gauge ferrules, and my tool would not go that big. So now I have a tool that will go all the way to 7 gauge, and that's the biggest I've ever used is 7. So um, those are the ones that you'd find in Lowe's and Home Depot, the gold little ferrule crimp rings. Those are going to be like 7 gauge, and it is ratcheting and pretty sweet, man. Pretty sweet. So when you're running into stuff and it's all sloppy and you want to clean it up, especially you know, you're dealing with a lot of 12-volt systems in the camper. It's a big component. It's going to be stranded wire. You're not going to be finding solid core wire on the 12-volt system, 24, 48-volt system, whatever. It's all stranded. I mean, they do really use all those different voltages in different camper setups. And I like to clean them up by taking the stranded wire, putting it into the appropriate size bootlace ferrule, and then crimping it. And then I used to have some double bootlace ferrules. I'll probably have to buy some more, to where if you want to connect 2 wires together, instead of this taking and trying to force 2 stranded wires into one little screw down clamp terminal, which is very bad, I just put them in a double bootlace ferrule, hook it up. It's nice, it's neat. It's not going to cause a maintenance issue later on. So this kit was very nice. It comes with these crimpers, these strippers, which also has a little crimper back here. You know, I'll keep it together as a kit. But yes, this makes it a little easier. Had to do that. The last time was when I was doing the, and this is very important, don't throw this away. It tells you what size wire goes with what color. So this definitely needs to be in there, and it needs to stay in there. And is that smooth? It's not smooth. If this was smooth, I would have just glued it some kind of way. But I'll just make sure I keep that in there so I know what gauge wire goes with what ferrule. So that's that box. All right, we got the nice kit. You know, I love the kits, guys. I'm mobile. I got to be able to grab it. I want all the stuff in one kit. I don't want stuff all over the place. So this is totally worth it for me. And this is the last one. Got this off of Grainger. The prices are pretty good, guys. You know, you got a business or whatever, and you want the same stuff that you would normally buy, and maybe it's $20 more than like Acme tools or something like that, because that's what I do before I buy anything. I see how much it is on like Acme tools or somewhere like that, another reputable place that's known for selling good tools, but at a good price. And if it's not too far off, I'll buy it from these guys, so I can continue to build that file while I'm spending money on stuff that I would have spent it on anyway. It's a win-win. All right. That's right, guys. We're going to hear about it in the comments on this one. Proto. Stanley Black & Decker company. I buy the Mac tools, and some of the stuff I've been buying looks exactly like the Proto stuff, especially the ratchets. So, case in point, I'll straighten this out. I don't know, is it just me, or are the Mac Access ratchets exactly the same as the Proto? So I have about 3 Mac Access ratchets, and they look like this. Same selector switch, same pair head, same handle style. So I was like, man, I can get the Proto set, made in the USA, stamped on the tool, made in the USA, and on the selector switch. And I can buy, and that's another thing with Grainger, guys. they focus on a lot of USA made tools. That's something a lot of people don't know. And I'll tell you why I say that, besides the fact that I know because I use them. When you go on their website, they actually have a filter for made in the USA. So when you go on their website, you can filter the products that they offer based on if they're made in the USA or not. I don't know if you can do that on a lot of the other guys' website. And this is all in a tray and a kit, which I like because I wanted to transition to a kit instead of grabbing individual rails. This is a 3/8 kit, and I wanted to be able to just grab this kit and roll with it. And I know I got the extensions, I got the ratchet, I got the sockets, and every single part in this kit is made in the USA. The sockets are USA, the ratchet is USA, the extensions are USA. It's a 100% USA kit, right? And getting harder and harder to find the USA made tools. Unfortunately, it's getting harder and harder to find them. But I know with Granger, they have the SK line as well. They have a lot of Proto stuff. They have a lot of SK stuff, and they got a few other brands that are made in the USA on the website. Like I said, you can filter it, and so that's what I do. I go on there and I filter it for made in the USA. So these are like the mid-length sockets. These are like mid-length. So that's one of my favorite sockets to buy from Snap-on are the mids. And that's what these are. These are mid-length sockets. They're very handy. I like them a lot. And another day I'll do a comparison video with these beside these. And this is a 12-point set. Okay, this is not a 6-point set. This is a full 12-point set from the biggest socket to the smallest socket. And if I only had to choose one, of course, I'm going to go, especially working on campers, I'm going to go with the 12 points because they can do more. They can do more than the 6 points, and I'm not really missing out on anything by not having this. Now my Williams socket set, the shallows, they are 6 points, so I'm covered there. So I didn't buy the same stuff that I already had. This is a set of mid-lengths 3/8 kit, 12 points, whereas my other industrial brand or professional brand, the Williams sockets, which I run on the Snap-on ratchets and the Nepros ratchets that stay in this truck, they are 6 points and they are shallow, where these are 12 point and they are mid-length. Okay, and these are every single one made in the USA, which is very important for me, and it is a win-win. That is a win-win for me. And this is a full 3/8 kit, no skips. Yes, 12 millimeter, 11/32. So considering they came like this in the box, I will be putting like a foam pad in here, a piece of cardboard or something, to keep everything in place as I ride. This box, I will, it has an easy removable spring lid, so if you want to put this in your toolbox, you can. So going back to the other video that I made, if you want to get some good quality yet inexpensive, kinda, I don't know, this set's like over $300, but less expensive than buying it off the Mack truck, which it would have been like $700 on the Mack truck. then you can get this Proto stuff. You can't buy it directly from Proto's website. You have to buy it from one of their distributors. Granger is one of their distributors, but so is like Acme Tools and Zorro and sites like that. So this is what we got, man. This is a sweet kit, and it's this USA all the way. Love it, man. They even managed to make their blow molded case in the USA. Imagine that. So that's the kit. That's the tool haul. That's what we got. We'll look at this a little more in depth later, but that's what it is, guys. I'll catch you later. Gotta go church. RV Tech Pro out.